NBC 10 at Issue.
And we're back on NBC 10 at Issues. We talk about getting rid of or keeping the state store system with Charles Mitchell, the Commonwealth Foundation, and Wendell Young IV of WCAU Local 1776. The economic benefit of privatization is what?
Very simple for entrepreneurs and also for Wendell's workers. What the system ought to look like is where someone who wants to be successful in this country can get into the market and be their own boss and own a store. I was in Delaware this morning and I met a guy whose family's from Pennsylvania who wants to do that here. And I'd like Wendell's workers, Wendell's members to be able to do that, whereas they cannot do that now.
Well, the taxpayers of Pennsylvania, will they have more tax revenue or less tax revenue from alcohol?
When we get back this border bleed, when we make it not a criminal offense to go across the border to New Jersey and Delaware, as so many people do in this area, we're going to have tons of money come. But at the end of the day, Steve, that's not why we're doing it, to get more money for the government. We're doing it because it's the right thing to do. It's not the right role of government, and it's what 3 out of 5 Pennsylvanians want.
What's the economic mistake of privatization?
Every state in the United States that has moved from a system like ours to privatization has lost tens of millions a year, hundreds of millions over the years in revenues, in taxes and profits. Consumers were met with less selection and higher prices. And that's if you listen to what the other side says, it'll deliver. That you'll have better prices, better selection, the market will take care of that. The opposite's actually happened. Right now in Washington State, we saw last year a privatization of spirits. Prices are up, selection's down, and when the extra taxes come off next year, revenue for the state will be down.
Yes or no, a threat to small business?
Here in Pennsylvania, absolutely. The beer distributors
are upset. What do you say to them?
I say a beer distributor who's upset ought to read the bill. We had one call our office the other day who read it and saw all the incentives and all the other stuff that's in there that said, this is a gift to me, and I think he's right.
You think there'll be privatization by the end of the year? Voted out of the Senate?
I don't believe the Senate can stand in the way of this. They know it's what the people want.
Yes or no?
If the Senate takes the time to do what the House didn't do and has hearings and lets facts come to light rather than perceptions, then I don't think they'll do it.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. That's it for this edition of NBC 10 at Issue. Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us on your Easter Sunday to converse a little more about what's happening in our world. I'm Steve Highsmith. Enjoy your weekend and have a great, more spring-like week ahead.